Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and thanks for stopping by again. This YouTube channel is the outgrowth of a website, retirementwave.com, as many of you know. Some of you came to this channel, though, through YouTube, and we have popped up in one of the 75-80 videos that I have up, and know nothing really about retirementwave.com. Well, first, for the people who came through retirementwave.com, I'll mention the fact that the website, if you go back to it now, you'll find that the members section, which used to be password protected and all sorts of things like that, has been closed down. Some of the general pages are still up, and a subscription form for those who want to be notified when the site has been reconstructed and is open again. There's a reason for that. Frankly, when the site was first set up some 13 years ago, it was really quite a good site by standards of the internet of that day. But since then, the platform is definitely not as functional as it used to be. It's a lot of trouble. It's a lot of hard work. I do a lot of what's called coding on my own in order to keep that operating properly, and that's very time consuming. And I, over the years, supplied a lot more information. I kept adding to it and adding to it and adding to it until the menu in the members section separately, all by itself, had 54 links to other pages, sometimes to other sections that in turn had links to different pages. If you'd printed the entire website out, it would have been over 500 pages right now, if it still existed. That was way too much, and it kept getting further and further out of date. You see, when I started, I never had any intention of having a large website. I never expected it. There's no revenue associated with it. It's just an expense. I did it basically because there were so few websites that weren't strictly commercial at the time, and that remains very often the case now too. So I wanted something in which I could provide some of my own impressions of Panama based on these decades of experience I've had living overseas to people. I thought in the beginning, it makes me smile now, that possibly I'd have 200 people. Well, as time went by, it turned out to be 6,000 people. And it just became a burden because there was so much in it. The website was so old and clunky and time consuming. It just became too much. And I thought, this is wrong. I have to do something differently. I had the YouTube channel up, so I started to add a little bit more to that. Many of the initial videos here were done professionally. Well, that's expensive, but also not just in money, but in terms of time, because it takes more time than you might think. You get everybody together to get the thing filmed, and then to get it edited and put in a format that's useful, and to get it uploaded to YouTube and everything else. It really got to be, expensive in time, money, and effort. So I've done more in recent months through these very informal videos that I do at home in the questions and answers section of the YouTube channel. Now I'm trying to pull everything together. In the meantime, while this is all going on, though, I'm getting messages from members at Retirement Wave saying, hey, we liked your reports. I would put out a report from Panama once in a while. They're fairly detailed, and they provide a lot of charts and graphs and a lot of information on the economy and society of Panama and directions it seems to be headed in. I thought they were really long. I didn't really think people would probably bother reading them. In fact, a lot of people did, and they really began to look forward to them. And so there hasn't been one since last year. And I finally put together a new report from Panama. I will, as soon as this is over and I get this up on YouTube, then I will go over to the other service where I now do the emails, to the subscription list at Retirement Wave, not the YouTube subscription list, but the retirementwave.com subscription list, and will send them a message which they haven't gotten in a long time, so I hope they're still interested, and let them know how I am going to be dealing with the website and its reconstruction, and also providing them with a link to this latest report from Panama, which I might add runs 17 pages, which is not unusual. Now, granted, a lot of it is graphs and charts and so on. There's a lot of white space, and I use a good-sized font for people who don't, whose eyesight isn't what it used to be, and so on. But they're still pretty detailed, and they have a lot of information, including information you can't find anywhere else. So it's ready, and it's going to go out today, a little later today. And if you, however, are not a subscriber at Retirement Wave, you're just someone who's happens to be here in the YouTube video seeing this, and you're interested in getting a copy of it, you're welcome to one, and this is what I suggest you do. The simplest thing to do, by far, is to put it in the comments section below, saying, please send me a copy of your report. Here's my email address. Now, all comments at this YouTube channel come to me for approval before they go up, and I would never put one of those up. That's your email address, it's your own, and I'm not about to put it up in a public place. But I would simply take note of the email address, please spell it correctly, and then I would delete it. However, if you prefer, another approach to do this is go to the main page of the YouTube channel, which is the one with a dozen different videos on it. And in the upper right, you'll see in the menu the word About. You click on that, and that takes you to a different page of the channel. And in the upper right-hand area, you'll see the word Message. If you click on that, you'll be able to send me a message. You can do the same thing, asking for a copy of the report, but the message system just comes to me. It doesn't ever get done publicly. So you have to choose yourself how you want to do it. Make any difference to me, but I assure you one thing, I'm not about to put your emails addresses up for everybody on the internet to take a look at. So whether you go the message route or whether you use the comments below this video is of no importance to me. You do whatever you think is best, and I'll be happy to send it on to you. If you want to go over to Retirement Wave and subscribe to there, then future newsletters you would receive. They don't come out very often. They're very rare, as a matter of fact. But there's no need to do that if you aren't interested. If you're just interested in this report, this is a means of getting it without further hassle. So that's basically what's up. The site's going to be going through this reconstruction phase, and that's going to take a while because I really have to make up my mind how I want to do it. Try to keep it simple, try to provide it in a form that's easier to keep up to date, and so forth. And it fits into my schedule because I have my own work I do, I have my journalism I do, I have a business to run, I got all sorts of stuff that I have to do. So I need something that I can fit in and work with successfully, and I'm going to work on that. In the meantime, the report from Panama will come out from time to time. They're going to continue to be rare because they require a great deal of effort and a lot of time in putting them together. Believe me, a lot more than may be apparent when you look at it. But they will continue to come out from time to time. And that way, people who really like those will continue to have them. And I will continue to put up these informal videos here at the YouTube channel, where I will also, as I do with emails that's sent to me directly from Retirement Wave members, I would do my best to answer you. And if it's here at the channel, then other people get to see the answer too, unless it's something terribly personal where I would have to message you separately. I try to keep people's personal lives out of the internet because I don't like mine being dragged around out there. I'm sure you don't either. So that's it. That's what I wanted to bring you up to date on. Thank you very much for dropping in, and I hope I'll be seeing you in the future.